Hi, my name is Dr. John Rise, and I'll be your instructor this semester for this summer course. I wanted to give you a little bit of an introduction to how the course is going to be run, but I thought it's always important to put a name with a face since we won't have that many in-person interactions. Just a reminder, of course, there are 3 orientations that are available for you for an in-person introduction to myself and how the course will be run. The first orientation is Monday at 6:30 in LE 232 at Evergreen Valley College. Tonight at 7:30, so Monday at 7:30, also in the same room, LE 232. Or the last orientation is on Tuesday, so that's tomorrow from 6:30 to 7:30, also in LE 232. And you'll find all this information on the Canvas course. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at how the Canvas course is set up. It's pretty straightforward. Let's go over it for a couple of minutes. So to access the course, you're going to go to the San Jose Evergreen Community College District .edu website. It's sjeccd.edu. Then you're going to find the student login instructions for Canvas. Canvas is the course application that we use to manage all of our online courses. When you get here, what you're going to see is a set of instructions. For those of you that have never used Canvas at Evergreen Valley College, you're going to see the web link that will take you to the site, how to activate or reset your password, and then how to request a password. For those of you that have already used the site before, you'll just click on this link and follow it to the page. When you do that, what you're going to see is a list of your courses. So you'll see the Psych 92 Developmental Psychology. When you click on that, you're going to see a series of options over here on the side available to you. First of all, one of the things I want to draw your attention to is the course calendar. The course calendar allows you to see all of your courses that you're taking at Evergreen and when assignments are due and when things you need to be paying attention to. In addition, though, you can also see a to-do list over here on the side. And this contains information for what you should be looking at. So this first assignment, the Welcome to Developmental Psychology course, you'll see right here, this is that first page, so it just wants you to go through and click through this. Once you've done that, you can click on this X, and that will get rid of it, saying that you've completed it, okay? Then you'll see there's a Module 0 introduction, a syllabus quiz, and a few other assignments I'm going to talk about in just a minute. This has an introduction about my teaching style and how I view teaching. Just to give you a little bit of information about myself, I've been teaching in the community college and university system since about 2000. I have my PhD in animal behavior and neuroscience from UC Davis. And after that, I moved and did a postdoctoral fellowship looking at the effects of alcohol and drugs on primates and using primates as a model to understand the effects of alcohol and drugs in a very controlled environment. I'm really interested in how social behaviors develop and how do we sort of learn about one another and what brain circuits are involved in how we understand other people and how do we cope with stressors. So one of the things I've always been interested in is how do drugs and alcohol impact our ability to manage stressors and interact with others in social settings. Anyways, but of course nowadays mostly I do teaching and not research. I actually was at Evergreen Valley College in 2004 to 2006 before I left to take another job. I've since returned and I'm now teaching online courses for Evergreen. In addition, you'll see if you've never used Canvas before, there's a link here that gives you a series of videos about it. Then if you've never used, if this is your first college class and you haven't had, or it's been a while since you've been in college and you've never learned how to write professional emails, there is a link here that talks about how do you write emails to professors to sort of get the best response from them and to give them the information they're going to need to be able to help you most quickly. So if there's something you need help with, please email me. Understand that I'm not going to check email in the middle of the night, not usually at least, and I'm a little bit slower on weekends, but during the week I respond pretty quickly. If you send me screenshots, you tell me what course you're in, you remind me to give you your name, the more information you give me, the better I'm going to be able to help you. This course starts today, June 17th. It runs until July 25th, so we're going to move pretty quickly through material. There are 3 orientations you can attend. There's 2 tonight, one at 6:30, one at 7:30, and then one tomorrow at 6:30. These are all in LE 232 at Evergreen Valley College. If you've taken an online course before, or you feel pretty comfortable after watching this orientation, or you've used Canvas before, then there's nothing else you need to do here. You do not have to attend the orientation. If you've never taken an online course, you've never used Canvas before, I might encourage you to try to attend the orientation tonight though, just in case you have any questions. Lastly, if you're on the wait list, the way you're going to get into the wait list is you're going to attend one of these orientations so that I can give you an ad code. The course syllabus is right here. When you click on this link, it will take you here to both a printable copy of the course syllabus that has all the information that you need. In addition, it's got a description of how letter grades are determined. So this is a straight 90, 80, 70, 60 A, B, C, D system. In addition, there are 4 modules in this course. Module 0 is the introductory module. That's due this week on the 20th. So that's by Thursday. There are only 2 assignments in there, an introductory discussion and a syllabus quiz that I'll talk about in just a minute. In Module 1, which is worth about 80 points, that's 24% of your grade, there's an academic discussion, a textbook quiz, and a lecture quiz. And you'll see an academic discussion, a textbook quiz, and a lecture quiz in Module 1, Module 2, and Module 3. In addition, though, Module 2 and Module 3 also have a paper that you write that has to include sources, a scavenger hunt paper where you research a person in developmental psychology, and a video research paper where you watch a video and then you collect sources to argue a certain side. Okay, next, let's go back. I can use the home button here to get back to that original link. Now, the other thing you're going to see is the first 2 assignments you're going to see here are the syllabus quiz and the introductory discussion. So those are in Module 0. So you can click on the Module 0 introduction, and that will take you right to those assignments. Again, you can also access Module 1, Module 2, and Module 3 by clicking on these. So if I go to the Module 0 course introduction, I'll see the learning outcomes that I expect you to have mastered by the time you get to the end of this. You're going to see the course outline and comparing online versus traditional face-to-face courses. And lastly, the 2 assignments you're going to work on. And you can click on those. The syllabus quiz and the discussion are due this week. That allows you to introduce yourself to the students in the class. Please note that all the quizzes are modified so that you're not allowed to open new windows. You cannot Google answers on the internet. So please make sure that you've studied and prepared, that you've looked over the syllabus prior to taking the syllabus quiz, and for the textbook quizzes and lecture quizzes, that you've looked over the textbook and lecture and taken notes on those prior to taking them. Each quiz can be taken 3 times and your highest score will be used. Your introductory discussion, as with all of your discussions, requires a certain word limit, a word count. So you have to make sure that you meet that word count for those discussions and respond to one other student. Okay, in Module 1 for this course, what you're going to see is the learning outcomes that I have for this first module, the lectures you're going to watch. You'll see a set of them here, the reading assignments for Chapter 1, 2, and 3, the graded assignments you're going to do. So there's 1 academic forum, there's a lecture quiz, and a textbook quiz. For this first academic forum, I'm just going to click on it. What you'll see, it's nature versus nurture. You're going to research a psychological trait, so you're going to pick one that you're interested in. It can be any trait that you think is modified by genes or the environment. And I've given you some examples: extroversion, anxiety, sleep, intellect, parenting, depression, schizophrenia, mate preferences. Then I want you to find 3 sources that you think argue whether or not that trait is produced by nature, by genes, or do you think it's mostly produced by nurture, by the environment? Okay. And then you're going to need to make sure you follow this grading rubric. So if you want maximum points on this assignment, your word count needs to be 1,000, and you need to have 3 high quality sources. These can be from journal articles, websites, anything like that. If your word count is less than that, or that you haven't quite gotten all the sources, maybe you only found 2, or maybe your sources aren't very strong, you'll get fewer points than that. In addition to making your initial post, you also have to respond to one other student. Okay, so that's worth 8 points. And then again, your post to another student needs to be at least 600 words to get the full 7 or 8 points. 450 words will get you 5 to 6 points, and anything less than that, just a generic, that sounds good, I agree with you kind of post is going to earn you minimal points. Okay, this grading rubric applies for all of the academic forums, but in the other academic forums, so if I go to the discussions here, what I'm going to see is that in Module 2 and Module 3, I can actually choose to I have two options for what I can respond to. So there's choice number 1 and choice number 2. You do not respond to both of them. Again, you do not respond to both of them. You just pick one of these that you're interested in answering, okay? And then you also respond to one student in either one of these, okay? And that's true for both Module 2 and Module 3. Lastly, there is a small opportunity for extra credit. There's an extra credit forum that's due towards the end of the course, and you'll be able to see and learn more about that later on. Okay, next I'm going to go back to the home. That allows me to get back to any of these other modules. So I can click on Module 2. Again, it gives you all the same stuff, learning outcomes, the lectures, all the things we were just talking about. Hopefully that's enough to get you started. If you have any questions, please go ahead and send me an email. I'll hope to learn more about you very soon. Bye.